Today's lesson, how to program the V-MUX Vista IV display with a memory stick applied at the USB programming port. But before we can transfer any files to the Vista, we have to place those files onto the memory stick from the computer. I insert the memory stick into the computer USB port, and the device is recognized as removable hardware by the computer and assigned a drive letter, in this case G. Back on the Windows desktop, you'll most likely get an autoplay pop-up window that will give you access to the removable disk folders and other features. In this case, you need to click Open Folder to view files. So clicking on the Open Device option has brought up the Windows Explorer for the files that are located on the memory stick. This then is the location where you need to place the files that you will be loading onto your Vista IV device. In this example, we can see that we have the vehicle Node 2 binary file, which is going to get loaded into the Vista IV, and below it is the operating system file VM6241. Both files, the Node binary file and the Node operating system file, must be placed on the top level of the memory stick, which means outside of any folders. If more than one binary file on the memory stick is compatible with the Vista IV, the Vista will select the binary that has the more recent date stamp on it. At this point, we now have the files that we need for transfer onto the Vista properly placed on the memory stick. For the Vista IV in a standard housing, the USB programming port is located on the right side of the device as you're looking at it face on, underneath a protective rubber flap. The version of the Vista IV that comes in the touchscreen only housing has its USB programming port located underneath the device and towards the right. It's best demonstrated through use of a video.
Here we see the Vista IV display in the touchscreen housings, both versions. The left housing is the standard one, the right housing is touchscreen only. The USB programming port is on the right side of the standard housing as you're facing the display. You must put the program stick into the USB port before you apply power to the device. Now, let's move on to the touchscreen only version of the Vista IV. The USB programming port is in a slightly different location. It's along the underside and it's oriented towards the right. Once again, the memory stick goes in before we apply power to the device.
On either type of Vista, with the memory stick plugged into the programming port, apply power to the Vista and the following screen should appear. The Vista will locate the appropriate Node binary file compatible with it and then prompt you with a yes/no for permission to overwrite the node. At the end of the file transfer, remove power from the Vista, remove the memory stick from the USB programming port, and then reapply power to the Vista. This ends today's lesson.